So everybody's got a story. Everybody has a story of where they grew up, where they're from, how they got into the whole tech world. And it's interesting because a lot of people know our story as, well, I got this device and this is how I started streaming and this is how, but it goes further than that though.
Yeah, it does. For real.
It goes so much further than that.
It
So,
does.
I would say the first time I ever got into tech, and I mean really into tech, I'll tell you this. I think this was hold on. My 13th birthday. My 13th birthday. And I remember I didn't get one single birthday present from anybody. Nothing. My whole family got together and they did like a cake at the end of the night and nothing. And this was my immediate family. Mind you, my birthday's May 10th, and within the Latin community or Hispanic community, whichever political way you're looking at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
May 10th is Mother's Day every year. In the United States, Mother's Day kind of floats around between May 8th and May 13th, I believe it is.
Yeah.
But in the Hispanic culture, it's May 10th, no matter what day it is. So I believe it so happened to be Mother's Day on that week. So on that weekend, on that day. So everybody forgot. Everybody literally forgot about my birthday. So
like seriously, like they weren't playing a joke on you or nothing?
No joke. They just forgot.
Damn.
I know. And then my grandmother, may she rest in peace, she just passed away a few months ago. She told everybody, I cannot believe nobody did anything for Rojas, or Esteban is how they call me.
Mm-hmm.
So we all got together. I didn't know what was happening. This is now, and actually this was in the middle of the week too now, like a couple days after my birthday. And the whole family got together and literally gave me money. And I mean a lot of money.
A lot of money for, how old are you?
13. My 13.
A lot of money for a 13-year-old, or just a lot of money in general?
A lot of money for a 13-year-old.
Okay, yeah.
This was I keep going back. Is this my 13th birthday or my 12th birthday? No, I'm pretty sure it was my 13th. No, it was my 13th birthday. I'm trying to think of my turn, my baby sister, because I was 11 when she was born and she was 2. So 13. Put it this way. My first stepdad ended up getting that money and putting it towards a car. And I ended up getting a 1979 Datsun 1200.
Nice
now,
car. Datsun's a nice cars.
Yeah. And if nobody knows what that is, just look it up. Datsun 1200 was the model.
Yeah.
When we got it, it was all grayed. It was nasty colored. It was just dirty. So he made me go out there and clean it. So once I cleaned it, it was white. And I mean white. We did some work on this car and did some insane amount of work, but that's a whole separate story. I also had enough money left over to buy a computer.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. They done messed up, Aaron.
That's a lot of money for a 13. Like, I mean, a lot of money for a 13-year-old.
Yes. I had, I ended up buying a compact Presario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still remember it. And I remember they said, okay, here you go. Here's your computer. Go ahead and do whatever you need to do. I put it together. I set up the programs and everything, and he put the discs in and the floppy discs and
disc 1, disc 2.
Exactly. It was like a fat thing. So I'm just like, oh man. So I put it in there. And I remember my parents, they're like, hey, we're gonna go to the swap meet. Do you want to go? And I was like, no, I still got to do the computer thing. Okay. They took my sisters with them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So of course, my stepdad, as he is, make sure you pick up pick up the dog crap, make sure you go sweep up the front, make sure you wash the car, make sure you throw out the trash, and I'm like, dude, by the time I'm done, they're gonna come back and I'm not even gonna play with the computer. So I ran so hard around the house to get it all put together, to make sure everything's all clean and done and whatever. I don't think I've ever done chores that fast in my life. So I turned on the computer and I'm just like, how the heck does this thing work? Now, my mom and my stepdad, my first stepdad, they used to work in doing circuit boards. And if you don't know what a circuit board is, it's just that it's pretty much anything that has to do with technology, those chips that and everything that you see inside. It normally looks like a green thing with holes, and it makes everything work. When you think of a motherboard, that's a circuit board. That whole thing is a circuit board. Everything has a circuit board of some sorts. If you're using technology, your phone or whatever you're listening to, your car, there's circuit boards everywhere. So that's what they did for a living. And I decided to take this computer apart piece by piece, down to the last bolt.
just cause
I wanted to see how this thing worked. And I was like, I'm like, let me just go down to the last thing and look at everything, because this doesn't I cannot comprehend how something like this can make all of this work. The computers, the phones, pagers back in the day, like TVs. It just didn't make sense to me,
And you needed it to make sense.
Yeah. So as soon as I took the last bolt, who do you think shows up?
The fams.
Yep. And who do you think's grounded for the next month?
Yeah. They're like, what did you do to this computer after you spent all this money on it, right?
Yep. So I'm insanely lucky that he didn't step on it and throw it out. He said, you're going to figure this out and put it back together. And he's like, even if you figure it out, you're still grounded for a month.
Do I get the computer while I'm grounded?
So I think I spent, I don't know, it must have taken me like 30 minutes to take it apart. It probably took me like 6 hours to put it back together. And the only reason why I think it even took me that long was because I was studying every single little piece that was in it. I was looking at it. I really took my time putting it back together. And I remembered all the steps taking it off. So I just did all the steps backwards.
Right.
Plugged it in, turned it on, fired right back on. And my mom just looks at me and she's just like, do you want to take a computer class? And I was like, sure, I'll take a computer class. And then I call him my dad. My dad's like, well, you can take this computer class after you're grounded from the summer. And I was like, what do you mean? That's 3 months. I don't want to be grounded for 3 months. Long story short, I had to bribe my way out of being grounded, so I did a lot of chores.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's literally my story when it came to technology.